What is it that's holding you back? What is it that if you kicked it from your life today, your life would get just drastically better? It would change in every aspect. And I'm sure when I'm saying this, there's things that come to mind, oh yeah, it's this thing that if I kicked it, my life would be so much better. I'd start to level up. And you need to identify that, because chances are you've just wasted like the past year, 2 years, however long you've had sort of this vision in your mind for. You've just wasted this time, right? I've had to cut off literally every friend from my past, really, like literally do not have any friends beyond the virtual world. I've had to make new connections online, because the people who I used to hang out with they're lazy. They have this same sort of mindset that you that a lot of you watching do. It's like, I'll start tomorrow, and chances are it's been I'll start tomorrow for quite some time. Like, you need to set your goals very clear. You need to have clarity on what it is that you want to achieve, what you hope to achieve, and how you're going to do it, right? If you don't have clarity on where it actually is you want to get to, then you're not going to know the actions which you need to take to get there, right? So I had a mate. This mate has been doing Muay Thai on and off for, I want to say, 2 years, maybe 3, coming up 3 years, right? But he's been doing Muay Thai 2-3 years. But the thing is with him is he gets on, he's staying consistent for a little while, and then he'll get sucked into vaping again. He'll get sucked into watching porn again, staying up late watching social media, like scrolling on Instagram, watching Netflix, watching YouTube. Short-term pleasures, right? And then he falls off. He stops training as much. He's not eating too clean. And he just goes in circles. He doesn't prioritize his athletic career. He doesn't prioritize the ultimate goal. He lets short-term pleasures come in front of his goal. The reason for this is because he doesn't have clarity on his vision. And because he doesn't have clarity on his vision, he doesn't know the necessary actions to get there. So clarity isn't, oh yeah, I want to be, I believe it's WRMS champion of the world, right? That's the Muay Thai championship thing, right? That's not a specific goal. Yeah, I want to be WRMS champion of the world. That's not a specific goal. You need to say, I want to be the WRMS champion of the world when I'm 19 and 8 months on this exact date, right? You need to set a specific goal, like insanely specific. You need to know exactly what you want to achieve. You need to set an exact groundwork, like as in a plan on how you need to get there. So that'd be things like implementing a proper diet for this particular individual, implementing a proper diet, training very hard, getting adequate sleep, not giving into short-term pleasures, so completely cutting out social media, deleting social media, reading books, setting a clear goal for yourself beyond just training and getting the world championship. Because the person who enjoys walking is going to walk farther than the person who is walking specifically just to get to a destination, right? So you need to enjoy the process. You need to find something which you're connected to. And you're not going to do that by sitting around and giving into short-term pleasures. Like, bro, I deleted social media a couple weeks ago. And even before that, I was purely just posting content on there. But even I'd go on there and I'd find myself, my energy getting sucked away, just like going through people's stories and stuff. Delete social media. It's the best thing you can possibly do for your health. But yeah, it's like, you just got to stop wasting time, bro. You need to get clear on your vision. Don't just set yourself on one thing. If you're finding it hard to stay consistent with something, yes, there's multiple factors that can go into it. Your dopamine's fucked, all that sort of thing. But if you're finding it hard to stay consistent with something, you need to ask yourself, is this my true passion, right? Because if you're not staying consistent with it, then there's obviously a lack of connection to whatever it is you're doing. I think with this particular individual, it seems as though he likes the idea of being the WRMS champion of the world rather than the idea of actually training super fucking hard and working super hard. He doesn't know what he wants to do with his life, and this isn't me ripping on him, right? It's just a fantastic example of someone who I've seen go down this path, which a lot of a lot of you watching will be currently going down, right? It's literally just trial and error, bro. Like, work out what works for you, what you do enjoy doing, what you don't enjoy doing. If it's something you just enjoy doing sometimes, then let it be that, just sometimes. It's not just like, oh yeah, I want to do this because I really like the idea of being a world champion in something. Do what you love, bro. Like, if you don't truly enjoy being a Muay Thai fighter, don't be a fucking Muay Thai fighter. It's like, just because you want that title of the WRMS champion of the world, it's not going to happen if you don't enjoy the process. Like, what I'm doing right now, I'm speaking from the heart, right? What I'm doing right now is recording a YouTube video. I'm not getting paid from this. I'm not making any money from it. I'm purely just trying to educate and help young men. And I feel I'm doing that in making the content I'm making. I feel a connection to this because I feel as though it's really good what I'm doing. Like, I'm changing people's lives. I'm changing people's mindsets, the views they have. And I think it's like a really good thing that I'm doing. So you need to find something which you have a connection to, which you could do 5-10 years without being paid for it. That's what passion is. That's connection. And you're going to get paid for it someday, right? You just got to stay consistent with it. So there's no rush. You really just need to trial and error. That's really all it is. You just need to try something. If you don't like that thing, try the next. Just keep trying different things. And then you'll eventually find your passion. Too many people go through life just questioning their abilities in themselves because that's just what they've been taught from a young age, right? So you really just need to ask yourself, is this what I truly want to be doing? Like, if you're just working a factory job or something, like exactly like I was, you need to question, all right, is this really what life's about? Do you think God put us on this earth so that we could sit around at our desks or at a 9-to-5 job all day, doing something for other people, making bare minimum wage, not actually building on our dream? Obviously not, right? We've been put on this earth to progress ourselves, make ourselves better, live fulfilling and meaningful lives, help those around us, and really just provide knowledge and generate resources for people who we love, right? So that'd be money, shelter, all that sort of stuff. So there is no rush. You just need to work out what you truly enjoy, not what you want to see other people. Like, you don't need to do it for other people, right? I feel this particular individual is doing it to show other people what he's capable of, to show other people that he is who he says he is because he said he's going to do it. But it's not that at all. Like, there's so much of this guy's life ahead of him. If he doesn't truly want to do it, if he truly can't stick to it, which he obviously cannot, he needs to move on to something else. Fuck what everyone else thinks and just do his own thing. Like, yeah, he said he's going to be the champion, but he could move on to something else and be the champion and actually respect himself for it because he's doing something that's actually true to him. Alright? I'm doing something that's true to me. I'm not fucking like doing something to try and impress other people like I probably would have a couple of years ago, right? I'm creating like content online, and there's a lot of people out there who will say it's cringe, but there's a lot of guys who will actually find a benefit from this and will actually help them. So you just need to work out what it is that you feel connected to, what it is that you want to do with your life, and simply just start doing that. Like, you don't need to be making income off of it. Do your passion and money will come as a byproduct. Money is purely just a byproduct of value. The more value you provide to the market, the more income you're going to make, right? Like, you look at someone like an Alex Hormozy, he's got so much value in terms of all of the businesses he's got, not just Skool, right? I'm obviously on Skool, free school community, if you guys want to go check that out. But he's got a fuck ton of value in so many different areas. Acquisition.com is all about providing value to the customer, not just taking from the customer like it would if you were to buy like an iPhone, right? Of course, you get the iPhone in return, but they're just selling a product. He's selling something that gives a return to the customers, and it's a return on investment. They get paid as well. So it's really just about the amount of value you can provide to the market. Don't focus on money to begin with, because you're not going to make a great deal of it. Plenty of guys who have messaged me online, who still message me every day, really. I give them advice and they just they don't listen to the advice that I give them. Me personally, I know a lot about drop shipping. I know how to make money. I know how to scale. It's not something I try and sell them. I'm giving them free advice and they just don't listen, bro. You need to listen to people who are above you. That's another thing. When I give advice to this guy over here, right? We'll call him Jeffrey. I give advice to him. Say, don't do paid ads. Do organic, get proof of concept. I obviously know this from experience, having lost money on paid ads. Do organic. Doesn't listen, does paid ads, lose money. What do you know? Once again, I'm not ripping on this guy. But it's you need to be teachable. You need to have the ability to be taught new things, to listen and apply. I wouldn't go to someone like a Grant Cardone. Even my uncle is a great example. He's someone who's far more successful than I am. My uncle. I wouldn't go to someone like him, ask for his advice, and then do what I think is right. That's what I would have initially done anyway. You need to be teachable, right? So if I get advice from my uncle, right, for something that I've specifically asked for, I'm going to take that advice on board and actually implement it. I'm not going to walk away and say, oh, it wasn't great advice, I'm going to do this. Do it and see what happens, bro. Because it's one thing to do your own thing and sort of work it out for yourself, but you're so much more powerful with other people. You're so much more powerful with a network of like-minded individuals, people who think like you, people who walk the walk, talk the talk, and they actually just get shit done. You don't want to be surrounding yourself with little fucking losers, bro. When I used to post all sorts of content about embracing masculinity and saying no to girls and not having sex and all this sort of stuff, and I'd get these losers in my comments talking about they'd put the thumbs down and say porn's a healthy thing and it's good for you. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's you just need to work out what you want to do with your life. Cut out all the distractions. Purely just focus on yourself. That is how you become successful. You just need to cut everything out and stop wasting time, bro. It's been a year now, however long it's been since you set these initial goals, since God put this vision in your head. Think about if you got another year down the track and you made no progress towards your goals because you gave in to all the short-term pleasures of other people who are building their businesses, right? So when you're on Instagram, you're making someone else money. When you're on TikTok, you're making someone else money. When you're on YouTube, you're making someone else money. All right? You need to focus on yourself. Cut everything else out and focus on making money for yourself, improving your own skills, improving your knowledge. When you buy books, you're giving someone else money who is also going to give you a return, right? It may not be in the physical money form, but it may be in the mental form. I read a lot of books myself personally. I read a lot of mentality, mindset books. I read a lot of financial books. And I'm obviously quite a well-spoken individual for my age, I would argue. But you need to improve your intellect. You need to improve your knowledge. And that can only really happen, through books, listening to podcasts, and just focusing on yourself. So the main takeaway from this video that I really want you to apply is just cut out everything. If you're not going to cut out everything, it's not going to work. Delete social media, start reading, get 8 to 9 hours of sleep every night, work on your physical health, find something you genuinely enjoy. Don't fucking rush it. Keep on trying new things until you find something you're genuinely passionate about, and you would do it every day for the next 10 years without pay. All right? If money was no object, would you do that for the next 10 years? All right? That's how you find your passion.